Trump, the most likely next president of the United States, has come out and backed Bitcoin and crypto. Yes, he just gave a speech at Nashville, the biggest conference of the year for crypto, and he's drastically changed his position. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly all the things he listed out that could be pro-crypto and my take on this situation as well. If you appreciate this type of content, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Guys, we have a really big week coming up for crypto. Of course, it started off with what we're going to get into in terms of Trump, but don't forget, on Tuesday, we get a whole bunch of figures leading into a Wednesday FOMC meeting. So on Tuesday, you're going to get your JOLTS figure. On Wednesday, you will see the Fed decide if we're going to get a pause or a rate cut, etc., plus Jerome Powell's press conference. I will be streaming it live here, so if you want to watch that with us, make sure you're subscribed. We also then on Friday get the non-farm payroll figures as well. This is all expected to move the market. But first and foremost, we need to talk about what's going on here. Trump, the same person who a couple of years ago in 2021, believe it or not, said the following: Bitcoin just seems like a scam. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar. I want the dollar to be the currency of the world. That's what I've always said. Now, he's made a major U-turn. Is this just a U-turn for political reasons? Is he doing this to capture the Bitcoin vote? And even if he is, does it matter? We're going to break that down. Of course, with me not being in the US, I can give you a crypto perspective on the matter without me having to be political about it, right? Because the fact of the matter is, you've got to decide which government is going to do better for crypto if that's where your vote is heading. If crypto is a big part of your life and you're a US citizen who's about to cast a vote, you have to decide, did the Biden party and administration, did they do enough for you? Or did Gary Gensler, with his choke point 2.0, remember? Where he was choking crypto on-ramps, where he went after BUSD and Paxos and closed it down, when he went after CZ and Binance, when he went after everybody, Coinbase, right? Is that enough? Or do you want somebody who is at least, right? I'm not saying this is, he necessarily has the cleanest of intentions, but at least is going to put some things in our favor. So let's take a look at this. This is what he said. For too long, our government has violated the cardinal rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart. Never sell your Bitcoin, Trump said at his biggest conference. So this is referring to the fact that the US government have been selling their stockpile, right? If you've been following our content on this channel, you will know that they've been selling their stockpile. He's referring to the fact that we will maintain that stockpile. We will not be dumping if he was voted in, we would not be dumping any more of the US government Bitcoin, okay? He also said, this afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. And I think this is the ultimate statement, right? If he's going to come into power with the mindset that US will lead crypto, that is really, really important. If you look at all other innovation, let's face it, the US leads innovation. Whether it's Web 2.0, whether it's social media, whether it was the internet, the US led the effort. Now, the problem with crypto was, with US's stance, it was open for other areas like Russia, like Asia, like the Middle East, like even China. Hold up, do you want to learn how to trade? Then you need to jump into our Telegram community. Link is in the description. In our Telegram community, I share my altcoins. I share how I do my trade setups, how I do my stop losses and take profit, so you could learn to become a profitable trader. Check it out, link is in the description, right? To take over and be the leader of this innovation, because America and the US was so against it. Gary Gensler was so hell-bent on just choking it out that they had no plans to be the leaders. This is an interesting step taken. Now, I'm not naive, right? I'm not saying that just because he said a bunch of stuff on stage in front of a bunch of, Bitcoin bros who all started cheering, that suddenly on day one, all of this is going to happen. But what's your alternative, right? Your alternative is what you know is going on with the Biden administration, that clearly Gary Gensler and Biden are on a remit to choke crypto out, to make it so that you cannot take advantage and benefit and grow your income from this generational opportunity. Let's keep going. What else does he say? He said the following: let me tell you, if they, and he's referring to the Biden administration, win this election, every one of you, and he pointed to the crowd, every one of you who will be gone. They will be vicious. They will be ruthless. They will do things that you wouldn't believe. And I think this is important. I mean, on the first hand, we know this. We've seen this, right? We've seen, like I've just explained, how they went after Coinbase, how they went after CZ and Binance and made an example of them, how they failed to spot Sam Bankman-Fried. They failed to prevent that scam, but they're closing all the legit exchanges, or they're attacking the legit exchanges, including places like Kraken as well. Okay, let's take a look at this. He then goes on day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. And I think a lot of crypto people really resonated to that, right? You guys know, everybody in the crypto space hates Gary Gensler. He's coming after crypto with no clear, rationale or reason. He claims he's here to protect investors, but he's not done that. He didn't protect investors from Voyager. He didn't protect investors from Celsius. He didn't protect investors from FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. But he wants to go after Coinbase. But he wants to go after Kraken. He wants to go after, BUSD, a stablecoin, just to be a control freak, just to choke crypto out, right? And I think that's really important. He also said the following. He also pledged to create a Bitcoin and crypto presidential advisory councils. The rules will be written by people who love your industry, not hate your industry, Trump said. So really important speech by Trump, who really, turned out in Nashville on Saturday and set his stall out. Say, look, I'm pro Bitcoin. Now, look, he's not the only person that's been pro Bitcoin. You also know that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as well was super pro Bitcoin. He even said that, look, if I was in power, we'd go ahead and I'd mandate the government to buy 550 Bitcoin a day until we reach 4 million Bitcoin. Keeping in mind, Bitcoin supply is like 21 million locked. 4 million Bitcoin, the US, he would mandate them to buy it. We also had Senator Cynthia Lummis, who's also been very pro-crypto and has been pushing the agenda really bravely, who said the following. She's saying, I will propose that we would have to hold for a minimum of 20 years, okay? And it can be used for one purpose, to reduce our debt. So she was saying, look, we're going to hold our crypto. We're not selling our reserves. We do not sell Bitcoin. And look, Trump came out with the same message, right? Do not sell your Bitcoin. Never sell your Bitcoin. And it's interesting. It's interesting that someone who just, 3 years ago said it's a scam has completely U-turned. You guys have to decipher that. How much of that do you think is just political rhetoric, just to make sure he wins a key vote? Because look, let's face it, we're powerful as a crypto lobbying, right? We're powerful. We are a swing vote. Trump hasn't turned up, a week or two after assassination attempt to just turn up here because it's not important. This vote is important to him. The crypto vote in the US is important to him. And it's about time we start to understand, and particularly the US citizens who are involved in crypto, understand how important their vote is. Do not throw that away. Now, in terms of the Bitcoin price action, let's jump into the charts, and you can see here, it's been okay. It's been a decent couple of days, right? We managed to get back above our daily EMA ribbon, which is fantastic. And then from there, the question, like it was before, is, can we break this tough hold? This, where my cursor is, 71.7, wherever you want to call it, all the way up to really the all-time highs at 73. That rectangle is a tough area of resistance, right? It's tough. And Bitcoin needs to break through it. If we fail, we're going to have to pull back again, right? Take a look at this chart here, just to give it a bit more of a illustration. If we can't break it, we're going to have to come all the way back down again. It's not going to be fun. There'll be panic in the markets, but this is a consolidation pattern. However you want to look at it, it's a ginormous consolidation pattern, which is desperate to break out, but it needs to clear all-time highs in order to do that. If I zoom up to the weekly, then you start to understand. When you look at the chart like this, you're like, look at that. A beautiful consolidation into the EMA ribbon. Is this a reason to be worried? Right now, no. But we need to create a higher high, guys. I've been saying that for a while. We need to get a higher high. Otherwise, prepare for us coming back into the EMA ribbon. Right, you may well get some nice buys again at 62, maybe even low into the 57 range into the CMA ribbon. If we can't break through and it needs to reset, and the RSI wants to come all the way down into the green territory as well, then we could get some lower prices. Okay, so that's what I'm watching for here. Of course, the important FOMC meeting will play an important part in that, right? Most of the market participants aren't expecting a rate cut on Wednesday. That's not the point. What they're expecting is for better figures to come in on the JOLTS figure, show that the labor market is softening. We want to see good non-farm payrolls on Friday as well. And then ultimately, we want Jerome Powell in his press conference to talk quite dovishly, right? To continue what he's doing, which is steering us to what the market is expecting will be our first rate cut on September the 18th. That is the day you need to mark. And that is the day that investors are now shuffling their portfolio for to get ready for that day. They're not going to wait to September the 18th to do it. They're doing it now in anticipation for that. Hopefully you guys enjoy this update even here on a weekend. If you appreciate this type of content, smash up the likes. If you want to trade with me, I'm trading altcoins every single day. ijazcrypto.com/TG. If you actively want to learn how to trade, jump into our community there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.